Takashala, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to be amongst like-minded people, even as we sit in our homes individually. We know that we are not alone. And we know that our Divine Mother is always with us and within us. In this prayer, I give thanks and deep gratitude for this meditation, for this information, and for the truth that has come through the water. We ask that it be in everyone's heart as they view this meditation today that the water has given, that they may also feel the truth and resonance and the depth that the water is inviting us to be in communion with her and in partnership with her. So as we move through this meditation, I ask, please, Divine Source Mother, water, if you will please guide everyone's hands and show them these movements with ease so that they can understand and feel what it's like to be guided by you, to be held by you, and to be seen by you. And thank you very much for this beautiful day and for the opportunity to be out here in such a beautiful environment with the water and with all of our relatives that are sharing this sacred space right now, all over the world. Thank you. With me here, actually I should introduce myself. My name is Angelique Rodriguez. Thank you so much for being here today on World Water Day. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to share with you today. And as I mentioned in the prayer, what I bring for you today is a meditation that was gifted to me by the water. And how that happened is I have various water places that I go to, and each time I went to 3 different water sources, and she kept moving my hands in a particular direction. And so that's how this meditation came, and how I am here today presenting this to you to share this beautiful gift that is not mine but everyone's, to explore, experience, and fall in love with, just as I have. So I brought my sacred water. I'm hoping that you have your sacred water with you as well as we take this journey today. And again, I thank you from the depths of my heart for taking time to be with us here today to share this beautiful beautiful communion with the water. Not only the water around us, but the water that we are. So we'll get started. So as I said in the prayer, we're going to invite everyone's water to participate. I feel extremely confident that since she brought this meditation, that she'll be more than happy to share it with you as well and guide you. And that is definitely something is one of my prayers for this meditation, is that you have the opportunity to feel that sense of guidance in these movements from the water that you are. So we'll begin. First of all, we're going to start with our hands at our dantian. And for those of you who may not know where your dantian is, you want to take like 3 fingers just below your belly button. And that place is an energy center that is where all of our source energy moves from. And so this is the place that we're going to hold, and we're not going to lay our hands onto our dantian. We're just merely going to hold the space between, so maybe like that far apart, and then we're going to put our other hand just behind that. For me, I feel comfortable with my right hand closest to my body. If that doesn't feel comfortable and it feels comfortable for you opposite, please do what feels comfortable for you. I will also remind you that all positions can be held as long as you would like or as short as you would like. You can move through them as fast or as slow as you would like. And I've found that the longer that I spend in each pose, the more information comes in. And it's like a download. There's a beautiful intimacy that happens within the water that you are when you're in this space. And that's been my experience anyway. So I'm hopeful that that will also be your experience. So again, we're going to start holding the energy at our dantian, just a few inches away from our body, with our other hand a few inches away from that hand. And we're just going to settle in and feel this energy. And for those of you who are new to this type of energy work, all I'd ask for you to do is just hold the position and see if you feel any kind of heat or pulsation or swirling or like a magnetism from one hand to the other. First, if you want to focus on the palms of your hands and just bring your attention to that space and see if there's anything that you can feel and tap into. And there's no rush, no hurry. This is all about your own process and your own exploration of the water that you are. And so at this point for me, what I'm feeling in my hands is a pulsation. I'll exaggerate it for you so that you can kind of see. It's kind of feeling like it's moving like this in my hands, even though they're not moving. The energy feels like this. And as I feel that energy start to grow, I start to bring my attention into my dantian. And I pay attention to what I'm feeling in that space. And can I feel the same pulsation there? And the thing about this place and your body that's called your dantian, that your life force energy moves through, this is your connection to Source. This is where we tap into Source. This is our exposure, the highway between us and Source energetically. If you've ever done martial arts, this is a very powerful place, and this is where you move from and where all your force comes from, this center point. So we're just tapping in and trying to get a sense of what that feels like, our life force energy. How strong is it? How thick is that magnetism? Is it faint? Is it light? Maybe you can't feel it at all. But I promise you it's there. And whether you can feel it or not, it's still happening. And so when I sit with the water that I am and I hold this position, what she shared with me was the information about being connected through this life force energy to everything. And what that means as the fluid flows from a mother to a child, an embryonic fluid, as we're being developed and being born and being created, those fluids that move through us to create the matter and the being that we currently are. What a divine, beautiful process that is. And all revolving around the fluids and the waters that carry all the nutrients. All of our needs are met in this safe space. And when we were in our mother, in the waters, this was our source. This is where everything was provided for us unconditionally in pure love. And these fluids of the divine feminine that were impregnated with the word, creating us water babies so that we can make more water babies, and so that we can nurture ourselves through this. We could feel this life force energy moving through us, focus in, and remember what it's like to feel completely held and safe and secure, warm, perfect. And so as you hold this position, I invite you to just contemplate any of those ideas and what they mean to you, what comes up for you. And maybe it's that it's difficult for you to make this connection, thinking about your mother. And that's okay. Because there is the mother, our source mother, the water, and she is ever present. So if you find that it's a difficult idea or thought to feel this connection with a physical mother, then please instead consider this mother the water. The mother that I'm referring to is the water that is bringing everything that you need to you in total and unconditional love. And how beautiful and efficient and effortless this is. You don't have to be anything. You just are. And that's enough. Can you feel the pulsation? Can you feel the energy moving into your dantian? Can you feel your own life force energy? What does that feel like? What does it make you think of? What memories or thoughts pop into your head, into your heart? This is the magic. Because in this place, is where you're in communion with your own water. And that information is directly from the wisdom and knowing of your higher self. The piece of you, that great spirit, embedded the original frequency of your divine blueprint. It's right there. So when you feel comfortable and you feel like you've gotten some information, or maybe you haven't, that's okay. But we're going to move to the next hand position. And again, I want to be sure that we're inviting your water to guide these movements and show you everything that is necessary for your highest good, for the evolution of us all stepping into a new realm, a new paradigm, a new way of being. And so when you're ready and you feel complete in what you've received in this position, considering your life force energy, we're going to invite our water to move our right hand. For some, it may be the left. We're going to invite our water to bring our hand up to our heart. And I'm going to wait for a little bit because my water's not ready for me to move. And that's okay. This is all about being in your own authentic timing and truth. And so now, as my right hand begins to move up towards my heart, I'm still not making contact, but I'm moving my hand across my body toward my heart, still holding my left hand at my dantian, holding that source energy, anchoring that. And when I get to my heart, I'm going to lay my right hand onto my heart. And in that journey, what I would like you to consider and play with in your imagination the idea of you as a little embryo. As a tiny little, beautiful little spud of tissue and fluid. And how tiny and perfect you were. You are. I am. We all are. And how little your heart was. And let's imagine that very first beat. Boop. That started the whole spark of you. And that journey from your life source energy to your heart in that moment, and how close you were to Source when that first heartbeat happened. There was nothing between you and Source. Just beautiful fluids, nurturing, loving, providing, loving you in every single way, unconditionally. So perfect. You are so perfect in your design. And now I ask that you bring your attention to your hand that's on your heart. What does it feel like? Is it soft? Is it supple? Can you feel the movement of your own being? Can you imagine what your heart looks like physically? Every second pumping the entirety of your life, working so hard for you. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the dedication and the love that our heart provides on a moment-to-moment basis throughout our life, from our first breath in to our last breath out. What a beautiful gift that our heart gives us. Can you feel that pulsation? Can you feel your life in your hands? Can you feel the life force energy flowing into your heart from the palm of your hand? Do you have a sense of that unconditional love? Can you feel the knowing inside of you that you're taken care of? That you're no less perfect than that embryo? And that you are still being fed, nurtured, and loved unconditionally by your own life force energy that was given to us, that moves through us. I like to think about, what does a heart mean? Oftentimes words like kindness, compassion, love, caring, those kind of words come to my mind when I think of the word heart. And I think about myself in reference to those words. And I wonder how much more I can come into alignment with those kinds of words, with the kind of energy that comes from the word heart. Or maybe I just sit in appreciation for the caring, kind, compassionate person that I already am. And I just say thank you to my heart for supporting me in being that person. are many things that will come in. And again, I'm just going to reiterate that these positions can be held as short or as long as you would like. I've found that the longer I spend in them, the more information comes in. And as I continue to communicate with my water and ask open-ended questions, such as, what can I learn here? What can I heal here? What could I see that if I was to see it, would change my entire being into a deeper alignment with Source? And in this quietness, in this space of your heart, I encourage you to just listen. After you've asked the question, just listen. There's no agenda, nothing to accomplish, just a willingness to listen. And once this place, this position, this heart space feels complete, and you feel like you've gotten some information, some clarity, some warmth, some loving yumminess from this space, we're going to now invite our left hand to move across and over in front of our body. And by doing this, what we're doing is we're bringing in all of that source energy and feeding each one of our chakras. Feeding this energy into bringing us into alignment. And if you feel like your hand wants to stop at a chakra, that's fine. Again, this is all about letting the water guide us and just feeling the movements take us instead of us taking them. And so what I find, sometimes I'll spend some time there in a particular chakra that may need a little more energy brought into it. And just be patient with this and be an allowance to allow yourself to be fed and nurtured unconditionally with this life force energy connected through your heart. How nurturing does this feel? And each chakra carries its own information. And again, I invite you to just be and listen. For me right now, my left hand is holding my heart. So I'm bringing extra energy, life force energy into my heart chakra. As I continue to hold with my right hand. And we're going to continue up all across our chakra system to the crown chakra, raising our hand above our head. And once we find this position, what I encourage is to feel that energy again. To tap into that pulsation and see if you can have a sense of that moving through your entire spinal cord, out your root chakra into the earth. And again, for me, I feel heat. And I feel that pulsation. And I can feel little movements inside my body trying to align my spine in better form. And so when you feel complete with this, and you've received the information that you've been given from this position, we're going to invite our water to turn our palm up to the heavens. And then bringing our life force energy into all source energy and connecting this circuit through our heart. And what does that mean? What does that feel like? Can you feel the circuit? Can you feel the flow? Maybe you can feel some heat in your hands. Maybe you can feel the source that you are. And when this position feels complete, you're going to bring your hand down to your right hand. We're going to come into prayer position. And we're going to say thank you. Or I love you. And at this point, we drop back down and we begin again for 2 more cycles. Because every time I did this, the water showed me it in cycles of 3. So at this point, I'm just going to complete my cycle and invite you to complete your own cycle for 2 more rounds, and then we'll be complete. Wow. Maybe you're feeling the same way as I do as you open your eyes and gently re-enter into the world. I want to say thank you once again for sharing your time and your space with me and allowing me the opportunity to share this beautiful gift that has so graciously been given to me to share with you. So thank you very much for the honor to be the one to bring this information and this meditation into your home, into your heart, and into your consciousness. I invite you to please share it. And remember that you can spend as much time as you'd like in each one of those positions. If you would like, you can journal about what information is shared with you in these spaces, because it's the intelligence of your water that's communicating with you in this space, and she will share with you a tremendous amount of beautiful energy and information and guidance and how to move forward in this world that feels so convoluted these days. I invite you to use this as a sacred space. And if you find yourself in the world feeling all of this stuff that's moving around and transmuting, difficult to digest, then perhaps you can maybe just hold a position when you're sitting in the supermarket waiting in line, or when you're at the bank to connect with your source, or if you want to just playfully bring the energy up. I just invite you to bring this practice into your space and your awareness as a gift, and have fun with it, enjoy it. It has been a beautiful contribution to my life. I hope that it is the same for you. I know that it will be. I've noticed that it's very different information that comes through from a morning meditation to an evening meditation. So play with the times, play with your moods, and just enjoy the exploration of yourself and the waters that you are, and all of that beautiful intelligence and unconditional love and that source energy that you're capable, that we are all capable of serving and giving to our own hearts, which will allow us to not look for it so much outside of ourselves and things that aren't in the same type of integrity and truth. So from beautiful, chilly Manitou Springs, here by this gorgeous water, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I would like to send prayers and ask space be open up for heart, love, and energy to be sent to our relatives at Oak Flat in Arizona, to ask and invite the water to stand with us in saving the sacred lands of Oak Flat and the Apache Nation. Thank you very much with all of my heart. I appreciate you. My name is Angelique. Thank you for spending World Water Day with me.